What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Tesla, Palantir, Uber, and GameStop. Remember that if you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Before we begin, please take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate all those who have already subscribed and liked my videos. Just a reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only and does not constitute any financial advice. I'll be doing a rapid fire technical analysis by going over what I see on the daily chart only. Also, the analysis and predictions will be 1 to 3 minutes per stock. Thank you to all the support I have gotten on my last stock and all the other previous stocks I have looked at. The Alibaba video I put out a few days ago is probably my most viewed video and has the most likes, so thank you guys for that. Also, I've been looking to start doing quicker analysis so I can get more stocks done for you guys, and if there are more requests, just leave it down in the comments down below. I was thinking of doing this for a while now, but then a viewer reached out to me asking if I could do this, so here we go. Let's just see how it goes. So let's start out with Tesla. So just looking at the daily chart, Tesla has been going up in an uptrend, and now it looks like it had a blow off top. Anytime the price gets too far away from the EMA, we are going to see a pullback, and exactly what's happening right now. So you got extended from the EMA. This is unsustainable, and then started selling off. So right now it looks like Tesla just going sideways, but eventually I do see it breaking lower just because the market is kind of in a bearish state right now. So I do see a bigger pullback coming. So if that was the first leg and this could be the second leg formation, it looks like Tesla could reach the 941 level, but I believe it'll go lower just because there's a gap right here that needs to be filled. It doesn't need to be, but it looks like there's a high probability that it can be filled, and it's right at that breakout point where the previous all-time high was. So it looks like Tesla could come back to fill in this gap and retest the breakout level before continuing higher. But if it doesn't break below this range, because that's currently where price action stopped, and looks like that's a previous support level right at this $1,000 level, and it looks like the previous resistance is at the 1171 level. So it looks like we're just trading inside of this range currently. But if we don't find some type of support at this $1,000 level and continue to trend higher, then we're probably going to break through it, make this measure move, or even continue lower to fill in this gap and reach the previous resistance level that was at this breakout level. So that's all I see for Tesla. Let's go and take a look at Palantir. So here's the daily chart for Palantir, and like I predicted before in my previous Palantir video, I said it was going down to that $20 level, I believe it was, and now we surpassed it. So looks like, where is it going this time? So Palantir was a very predictable stock just because it's been going and trading mostly inside of this range. As you can see here, most of these candlestick bars are inside of it, and every time we come up to the highs, we go to lows, and every time we're at the lows, we go up to the highs. So Palantir had this break outside of the range. It led to a break outside in the opposite side eventually, because the market is symmetrical. Now we did another break outside here, so we're not going to do the same thing back here because we already did it 2 times before. So this time looks serious, and that's why I believe it will continue to trend much lower. And if it does trend lower, usually breakouts outside of a range 90% of the time, and if they're successful, reach the measured move, or which is the size of the range, and it looks like it's right at that $15 target. So that's where I believe Palantir is headed. Let me just get rid of this and show you guys another thing why I believe it's headed there. Is because if I zoom in a little closer, you can see that there's a spike in channel in play, and this is the channel working lower, and all these price bars are still inside of it. So the market is working lower, it's making lower lows, lower highs, and the EMA is pointing lower, so it's telling me that we could continue much lower. If I zoom out a little bit more, you can see that the EMA currently right now is slanted and pointing downwards. Before it wasn't that steep, but now we are, and it looks like these green bars was price trying to come back inside the range, but it couldn't, and now the price action started selling off. So that's why you see it's continuing lower, and most likely we will hit it. I don't want to hear people saying we can't, because you never know in the market. If the technical analysis is telling me that we can reach these levels, then we can. Just like my last video, if you go look in the comments below, most people didn't believe it can reach the $19 or $20 level again, and eventually it did. It just takes a time. So I'm not saying we're going to reach this target in 2 to 3 weeks. It might take a couple of months, maybe all the way late January or early February. But I think we can reach this target. If not, then I'll give you guys an update if it looks like if it finds some previous support, maybe at the $17 level, and then we'll go from there. So the next stock I'm gonna look at is Uber. So just like Uber, I predicted that we would fill in this gap, and we have successfully done that. But the thing about Uber is it's still in a bear market or a downtrend, so that's why I see it continuing much further in the future. As you can see here, this is the resistance level. Every time we come up to the higher side of the channel, we get rejected, and every time we come up to the lower side of the channel, we find some type of support and get the bounce back up to the upper side. So where does it look like Uber is headed? Since we came off the upper side, I expect prices to reach the lower side of the channel. So it looks like over here, possibly to the $32 level, and it makes sense because there is a measured move that could be reached if this is the first leg down right here, and if this is the correction up, I'll put the measured move to right there, and it looks like price action is making the second leg down to the 31.62 level. So that's my target for Uber, and it looks like it could reach it just because it's at the lower side of the channel. We have a measured move, and also there's a smaller or minor channel in play for the price action inside of this bigger downtrend. So there's two downtrends working lower, this minor one and the major one. So that's why I believe Uber will continue much lower in the future, especially because the market is pulling back for all these tech companies and stuff. So let me show you guys this measure move too. So if that's the first leg down, and this could be the second leg. So Uber is almost hitting the 34 target level for this measure move, but I think it will continue lower to reach these measure moves. This might just be a temporary bounce to continue lower in the future. So that's all I see for Uber. That was my target. So let's go ahead and wrap this up for the last stock, and that is GameStop. So for GameStop, it's pretty much a range bound company. You can see that the EMA is pointing sideways. It's just moving up and down, but then it flattens out. There's really no continuing direction to this market. You can see just moving sideways. If you bought at this level, you pretty much didn't make any money since March of 2021 and even February. So you can see that if you held on to your position, you'd just be breaking even because it's range bound. It's not really trending upwards or downwards. So let's go ahead and put a range on here and show you guys how that would look. So this looks like the upper level of the range, and this looks like the lower level of the range. Maybe right at this level right there. Let me zoom in a little bit closer. So I think GameStop's going to reach the lower side of the range because that's where it looks like it's heading. And also, since these price bars are still inside of this downtrending channel, this minor one, just like Uber was, and Palantir and all the other stocks. So it looks like there's this downtrend in play right now, and I believe we will reach this 136 target. And if Palantir does not find some type of support at these previous price levels, previous support levels at this 148 level, or even the 134 target that I believe Palantir can reach. So if it doesn't find some type of support there, then we can continue much lower. Or yeah, GameStop, excuse me. So it looks like there was this two-legged correction up. So that's the first leg up, and this is the second leg up. So it looks like the correction is complete, and we are in the formation of the second leg down, and this would be the second leg down right here. If I just drag this over, so my target for GameStop is the $58 target, and it makes sense because anytime where there's a push up from the market a lot, like what we just saw, then usually the market retraces back all the way to the starting point, and this is where the starting point is. So that's where the measure move ends also. So there's confluence there that I think GameStop can reach this target. If we don't find some type of support at the previous support levels at the 135 level, then this is where we can go be heading next. But in the short term, I still expect GameStop to reach the lower side of this range because of the reasons I outlined, and we'll go from there if anything else changes. So thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel since you might be surprised at what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time. and bye.